Harry Potter is finally getting a strong, independent Black Lord. Maybe. So, there's been rumors for a while now that HBO was auditioning more than just men for the role of Lord Voldemort, but they were actually also auditioning women as well. And now the rumor mill has spilled over into Cynthia Erivo might be the new Voldemort in the upcoming Harry Potter series. Now, if you don't know Cynthia, she's the Wicked Witch of the West from Wicked. I haven't seen that movie yet, but based on the reviews and the way it's exploded at the box office, people clearly saw something magical in it. So, if she's already nailed one spellcasting role, could she pull off another? Okay, that's not really what people are asking about. In fact, people are not even asking questions at all. They're just mad because she's a woman and she's black and she's playing the iconic Voldemort character, traditionally played by a pale man of the Caucasian persuasion. Now, listen. I've said this in other videos, but I'm tired of these remakes too, okay? Don't get me wrong. Not because they're all bad, just because most are bad. Like 9 out of 10 are just straight trash. But every once in a while, you get a Dune. You get a Magnificent Seven or a Dread or a Mad Max Fury Road, okay? Roadhouse even. Okay, I'll stop there before I accidentally convince you Hollywood is batting a higher average than it actually is, because it's not. Here's the thing though. Harry Potter is deeply personal for a lot of people. I grew up with it, you grew up with it, everyone grew up with it. I hear Harry, Hermione, Ron, and boom, the OG actors pop into my head every single time, living rent free. Sirius Black's death still haunts me in places therapy can't reach. But we're grown now. Maybe it's time to let it go. We're adults with bills, stress, and lower back pain, okay? I have an orthopedic chair right now. Let the new generation decide if this new version is actually worth it or not. I said the same thing when Predator Badlands dropped. People cooked me in the comments, bro. Then the movie came out and everyone suddenly shut up because it was good. Or at least enough people liked it and it's doing good. Turns out rooting for movies to fail is a weird hobby. If you don't want to go on a new journey, that's cool. All right, you're not up with changes and the way, and you want to remember it for what it is. The movies still exist, always will exist, and you can always go back and check them out. That's cool. Change the channel, watch something else. We have on-demand videos now. Then you'll have the other argument, which is that they're trying to erase our heritage, our culture. 1, Harry Potter is not a documentary. 2, go read a history book. 3, culture is made up. None of it's real. None of it's actually a real thing. This is just happenstance depending on where people were at the time that they were there and what was available to them. Their food, their dance, their clothing. These are just creative adventures that have been structured to give you purpose and meaning in life. It's actually quite interesting, and it's fun to see how other humans have collected themselves to create this community. And that's great. But I don't think some of the characters being black or Asian or Hispanic or whatever it is that they are erases white people from the existence of the planet. In fact, you should be angry at other white people. Okay, World War I, World War II, the biggest wars in the world were you guys killing you guys. So previously, Snape was going to be black, and I believe the actor was Esidu, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. So since that time, rumors have been going around that he may have been fired or quit over the controversy, but still things are a little bit cloak and dagger, so we're not really sure, but it looks like he's no longer tied to the part. Now, if that's true, do we really think they're going to do this as well? Wouldn't this be even a worse controversy than Snape? Maybe not, but at least equal to, because we do not know if Cynthia is actually Voldemort. This is still rumor, right? At the time of me recording this, at least it's still rumor. So, unclench a little bit. Side note, if HBO actually does go with a black female Voldemort, I will be very impressed. Not shocked. Hollywood loves the chaos. It's like free publicity for them, just rage baiting everybody. But I will be impressed because that means they have a vision, I hope. Now, that vision may be clouded, but like Ring of Power, but they're willing to spend the money. It's not going to be cheap to make this. And they know the gravity behind all of this, the weight of what they're about to remake. And look, as someone who likes anime but hates all the random fan service that still refuses to die in that frickin' genre, trust me, I get it. Target audience matters. Anime isn't made for me, at least not shonen stuff anymore. And I recognize that. I still enjoy my shonen stuff every now and again. I've gotten into some of the sending stuff a little bit older, but I know that their target market, they've been on that target for a very long time, long before I showed up, long after I'm gone. And I'm still watching it. But I also understand that my demographic is not the only one that they care about when they're drawing up the bouncing physics on certain characters. Okay? They're going after these young boys. That's what they're looking for. These teenage boys who are going to be attracted to all of these things. So when it comes to Harry Potter, the target audience isn't the adults who were watching it before, having back and forth debates on Reddit at 2 a.m. It's the kids who are going to watch this show, binge it, meme it, and decide its fate ultimately. What they really need to do is make sure they do their research and understand that target market better than anything. They don't need to understand us who previously watched it. That doesn't matter as much. They need to understand the new people that are going to watch it. Will this series be good? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. It could be amazing, or it could be hotter trash than the Avatar The Last Airbender movie. Yes, the original one, that one. Let me circle back to Mad Max for a quick second. Furiosa, that movie was actually pretty good, but it got bullied so hard before release that people didn't give it a chance. Even I skipped it in theaters thinking it was just going to be some feminist apocalypse on wheels thing, to be honest. Then I watched it at home, like, wait a second. This kind of slaps. Like, actually. But that's because the main audience for Mad Max is men, and when men collectively decide something is trash, the movie isn't recovering. At least to the point where the marketing team is concerned, because the marketing team actually messed up way more by just not selling it to the right people. You could have sold this as like Aliens, tons of people like men and women, but men like that movie a lot. Kill Bill 1 and 2, same diff. Furiosa is still a really good film that should and could be enjoyed by tons of men alike, but probably none of them are going to ever watch it because of this narrative that is going around about it. It's still being referred to as a girl boss movie when I'm like, she spends most of the movie captured and being saved by the man in the movie. When we're talking about Harry Potter, the power is with the kids. Same thing happened with Star Wars. Episode 4, 5, and 6 were held up to a holier than thou standard. But when the prequels dropped and adults who had been watching the originals as kids saw it, that was not their Star Wars. But the kids watching those movies, they loved it. There's a Red Letter Media, I believe it's called, review on this. It's like an hour and a half long, I think. It's very old. But it really captures this idea perfectly. Adults need to stop bashing these remakes before they even come out. You don't own the franchise, you just grew up with it. And as much as I can sympathize with the idea that it feels like your race and culture is being eradicated or erased, it's not the same way Birth of a Nation, which is an entire movie of blackface basically, didn't erase black people culture despite the massive inaccuracies in the depicting of black people in that movie, or that the stories you grew up with when you were a child are being eradicated or erased. I could probably even give you that one, but that's just what happens. I mean, the Greeks can't come back and complain to us about how much reiteration we've done to their gods, changing them, humanizing them, mega deifying them into some other thing, changing them constantly. That's just what happens with stories. They change, they evolve, they become new iterations to match the modern time. Time continues to move forward and things continue to change. If you are unable to understand that or be able to really let go of things from the past instead of keeping the memory and the nostalgia and the enjoyment you had, you're going to have a real hard time, as life is an ever evolving and changing process and you may just not be fit for it. Things are changing incredibly quickly these days. And just because the original material was great doesn't mean that someone can't create a new take that stands on its own. A good music cover can still be iconic as the original song was. Let them cook, let the kids decide, and if you don't like it, just don't watch it. And that's it for the video. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, share this out with someone who would love it. And until next time, what do you recommend?